Okay, who are we moving on to?
My topic.
Yes.
I want to know, Nick, listen up. I want to, he can't hear. I want to know what's the best thing you've ever bought? The best thing you've ever purchased with money.
A phone for the bitches. Oh, I'm sorry.
Alfredo's, he's...
Oh, you paid me in a bad light here.
Alfredo's matured a lot.
Yeah.
Phone for the bitches.
I really have. The females. The honeys.
The honeys.
You know, the bays.
The base.
So, Tim, tell
They
me.
had me what?
Yes.
Tell me, what's the best thing you ever
What's the thing you ever purchased?
Honestly,
besides
my
our
computer.
friendship?
I would
Which one?
say. I mean,
Does he pay you to hang out with him?
Pretty much.
Cool.
no. Probably my computer. Probably like not my computer now is a better computer, but the first computer I got that was like a legit one, that like changed my life completely.
Yeah,
And
why?
it just changed the
YouTube?
game. Yeah, I mean the internet.
Yeah.
Like
pretty
because
much.
before that I had a Windows 95 that took 45 minutes to turn on using like AOL dial-up stuff.
Sure,
and then
sure,
I did the huge upgrade. It was to Windows XP, so I skipped 98.
Yeah.
And I got DSL and like got to see the internet for what it really was. And that was right when the internet got really cool. They got past the stupid ages.
We got done with the AOL keywords.
Yeah, no more Angel Fire and that shit. Like I
Yeah.
got straight into the good stuff.
Yeah.
And you know,
Training wheels were off.
yeah.
Sorry, are you speaking
Yeah.
about porn? Is that what
No,
you're
we're talking about the best thing you've ever
the training
purchased.
wheels
Well,
off.
you know, flash porn. Like that was like a huge deal.
I don't know what flash
What?
porn is either.
No,
I know what it
like
is.
video, flash video.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
alright.
FLV, you mean?
Yeah, I'm just
Oh,
like streamable.
was the good stuff.
Streamable porn.
Sure.
So
Okay.
that was a big deal. Just video in general on the internet, Napster, like all of that came together at the perfect time.
gaming.
And
That's true.
I wasn't big into reading about gaming. You know,
Yeah,
game
Tim's more
facts.
like,
and all
I'll
the
read
internet.
about it, I'll be
IGN,
hyped about it, and then it comes out, I'm not going to play it.
Yeah, but really about computers, it was just more about the internet, and so buying the computer to get to the internet.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a good one.
There'd be many times Tim would be like, look, this girl's hot, and it was porn.
What? What? He would say that to you?
Yeah, he'd be like, dude, check out this girl, she's hot. And it'd be porn. And I'd be like, yeah, she's hot.
Okay.
And they're like, well, we're sitting here watching this, aren't we?
Yeah, things
Yes,
happen.
we are.
Is this in Tim's parents' house? Mom's
Yeah,
house?
Oh, yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Watching out for his mom. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. What's the best thing you ever bought?
I'd say probably my big first purchase, which was a 58-inch
Panasonic.
Panasonic
Handy plasma.
V-Series. Yeah.
That's going to be my answer, too. I'm going to tell that story in a second, but continue.
Oh yeah, so I won't go into that story, but yeah, it was my first big purchase. I walked into not even the Best Buy, like
He's just staring at himself in the monitor like,
I know.
I don't like competition. Who is that other dog? Who's that small
He's like
bird
10
in the
seconds
room?
away from barking at it.
I remember I just felt good about it. I walked past. I mean, I worked at Best Buy at the time, which is why I got a huge discount.
You turned down the fun.
Exactly.
I made that joke in the morning meeting today, and somebody just shook their head at me. I forget who.
Yeah, so I didn't walk to the Best Buy TV department. I walked straight into the Magnolia section,
Ooh.
and then I picked that bad boy out.
Yeah. All right.
That's the
And I was
business.
just happy. Just my first big purchase. Yeah.
I have two best things I've ever purchased.
Okay.
One of them is the wedding ring for my wife.
Oh,
My
feels.
engagement, the engagement ring, because that was that time that you feel like a man when you put a ring on a woman's finger and say you want to spend the rest of your life with her, or at least a good 4 to 5 years. Zing.
Hi.
The second one was my Panasonic TV, which Alfredo was there to buy with me.
So you guys bought TVs together?
Well, no, he had bought his a couple years before I got mine, or maybe a year.
I think like 6
It
months.
was
You
like-
came
oh,
you came
really?
in right.
Like right as they switched over to
Right
the
when
new
they
So
switched over.
I have video footage of us buying Alfredo's TV.
Oh
Really?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see
That was a milestone.
It's on
We brought
a
out
little
some-
DV tape.
Yeah, we brought out my mom's van.
I don't know
and
if we'll be
everything.
able to put it here, but we might.
Oh no! So my story. Please,
That's
I
where
would
your
love to see that.
Patreon dollars are going. To Tim, to giving the motivation to Tim to dig through his drawers at home to find this tape.
So I moved into a new place, right? And it was the first time I'd ever have to purchase a TV in my entire life. I'd never had to buy one before because I'd always lived with roommates that had them. So I moved in with my wife, and of course she has a TV that is I want to say a 23-inch CRT with the VHS tape player in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know that
my
one?
Goodness.
And she's like, so, and I was like, I'm just gonna hurl that thing out. Just throw it out the window. If it kills someone, who cares? But we're gonna go buy a TV. I'm gonna buy myself a nice, like, this is my present to myself for getting engaged and finding an awesome woman and doing all this cool stuff. So she's like, what are you gonna do? I was like, oh, I'm gonna get like maybe like a 42-inch, or like maybe if I go crazy, like something a little bigger. I just want a Panasonic, bottom of the line. Walked in, bought I think it was a $600, $700 TV. And
Nick, I mean,
And then you talked to me.
No, wait.
and then I talked to
Yeah.
Tim, and he was like, "No, dude, you know my friend Alfredo. He worked for us on that April Fool's video, the Harry Potter horrors thing, which is awesome. You should go back because I made him shave his head into a mohawk, and then we never showed
He
it.
had a rad tattoo on it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's cool.
We never once showed that. He's like, he works at Best Buy. He can get you a hookup, and I was like,
Turn on the
I don't
phone.
want to deal with hookups and stuff. And he's like, no, just go talk to him. And it was right around the time that I was watching this TV, and like the border of it was super reflective. The bezel. Thank you. Was so reflective that it was bothering me because it looked like there was an extra light that was seeping through the backlit display or the plasma display.
Gross.
It's disgusting. And so I put in a call out for it. I was like, hey, what can you do for me? It was like a couple days before this thing, like I could return it. And he was like, take it back right now. Just take it back. So I put it in the back seat of my car. Couldn't even get the box in. Just like walked it in, took it back. Fredo was like, this is what you're gonna get, and that's it. And I gave him the money, he bought it for me, and it worked out, and it was freaking awesome. And that TV to this day is beautiful. I think it's a 55-inch. I think I got a smaller version than yours is.
Yeah, they
Which
stopped
upset
making 58s.
Yeah.
They just had a 55 and a 65.
So I got the 55, and
And I
this
remember
is,
Shout out to Curran, who actually got the right one.
Yeah, he got the 65. Wow.
No, wait, excuse me. His parents got
Yeah, he
the
got
right
65.
one. He
That
got,
thing is
he
massive.
got
Shout
the
out.
55.
I remember
get
laughing
my-
too because Nick he came in and he was like, "Oh man, I don't feel about the TV." I was like, "What model did you get?" He's like, "I got this." I was like, "How much did you spend?" And he's like, $1,005. I was like, "Well, why don't we get you the same one, but we'll go to Magnolia because it was like $1,000 off."
yeah.
So I was like,
Well,
"You're
that's
doing
the
it
thing.
wrong."
And then you go like this, and I'll never forget this. And from this point on, I've always listened to Alfredo after this. He was like, Nick, get the 65. And I was like, Fredo, I think it's too big. And he looks at me, and he's like, there's no such thing as too big with TVs. I put the TV part on there because he was talking about penises too. But I got that thing home, and my wife is like, oh my God, that TV's way too big. Starts watching it. A week later, she's like,
There's no such thing.
yeah. She literally was like, I feel like this could have been bigger. Like, she's like, there was a 60-inch or a 65-inch? Something like that. I was like, yeah, I think there's a 60-inch. She's like, okay, good to know for next time. She got into it. She loved it because the TV itself is beautiful to look at. Then the actual image quality of it is amazing. Like, you can't beat the plasma.
That was a good thing. I looked really good in front of Nick that day because I got him $1,000 off of the TV, and
Then we went out to lunch
Nick,
and we
tell the
talked.
story.
Oh my God.
The steak story.
What was the steak
Tell the steak story.
The Best
luck?
Buy steak story.
Oh my God. So I walk into this Best Buy. Alfredo works there, of course. And first of all, everywhere
on
I
the
go,
phone.
it's like walking around with like Sting. Where like every single person's looking at him but try not to look at him. Like, is that Sting? You know, like you're at a restaurant, you're like, I want to be cool, but honey, I think that's Sting behind us. You know? Like, be cool. All these girls are looking at Alfredo. They're trying not to look at him, right? And I was like, hey, Alfredo, I don't want to say anything, man, but I think that really cute girl that works here, I think she's kind of into you. And then he looks at her, and we both see this girl for 1 second looking at Alfredo like he is a steak and she is a tiger who has not eaten in years.
and
Alfredo, and the words that come out of Alfredo's mouth are, he's like, oh, yeah, that's one of my ex-girlfriends. And I'm like, one of? And he goes, yeah, there's two others around here somewhere.
And then I learned my lesson.
Sure as hell, I was like, dude, do not shit where you eat, my friend. You can't do that. But it worked out.
Then learn my lesson. See, live and
So you
learn.
matured.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I have.
All right. The best things I ever spent money on.
Great.
I'm going to give you two answers because the first is the cop out.
Okay.
Number one's Portillo.
Yeah, I love him.
The
I knew you
wiener
were gonna
dog.
say that.
Now the problem is I didn't buy Portillo. The ex did. My ex bought Portillo, but then
Yeah, but you spent a lot of money on him.
exactly. Well, then
It's sort of
see
like
the
a
deal
living
was
investment.
that like it was a split purchase. She
How much
paid
was Portillo?
$300.
Oh, well, that's a great.
Missouri.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's worth 1,000 now.
He actually, yeah, dachshunds cost a lot of money
a lot of money,
nowadays. Yeah, but in the middle of Missouri, you don't have to worry about nothing. But then I went out that night. Oh, he's choking himself. He's killing himself with the microphone.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's what for.
How awesome would that be?
No.
Whoa.
How awesome!
It's the best thing I ever bought, and it just died.
See, stick with me. How awesome of a story would that be? I was telling the story of how much I love my dog and how I didn't pay for him, but I kind of did when I bought all the supplies and shots.
The second best thing I ever bought was this microphone.
The second best thing I ever bought was his coffin. But it would be ironic. It would be an Alanis Morissette ironic
think?
song. It would be where you could do all that. And then, so that's a cop out because I didn't really pay for them straight up. But I paid, like Nick says, I paid enough for them.
You paid a steep price.
Yeah, and then the only thing I would say the purchase that always stands out to me in terms of like I don't know, I not changed my life, but the PlayStation 2 was the next big one because that was the first thing I ever purchased with my own money. You know what I mean?
26?
2000. You know, never forget.
Know about that.
I took a job at Walmart over the summer, and I told my mom, like, you know, I'm saving, I'm taking these monies and I'm putting them in savings, but I'm buying a PlayStation 2 when it comes out with this. And she's like, all right, you know, because I was like 16, right? No, I guess I would have been older than that, 17 maybe. Anyways, doesn't matter. I was
like 10.
Yeah.
I was old enough to be able to make your own purchases, but this is the first ever big purchase. This is $300, let alone the games, an extra controller, a memory card, all the things I wanted to get for
Stacks
it.
up.
Yeah. And so I worked this terrible job at Walmart, and what I would do is on my lunch breaks, I would go out, because it was coming out obviously October, so I'd go out in the middle of the burning hot, you know, Chicagoland summer, and I would go from the Walmart to Best Buy, and I would buy DVDs. And then I would go and sit in my car and drink a soda and read the back of DVDs, getting ready. Because this is going to be the house's first DVD player. This is the first time I could ever do a DVD player. My friend Jason had a DVD player, and I remember the first time he let me watch Mallrats on it, and I got to see a commentary with them picture in picture, and I was like, I can't believe this technology exists.
Yeah.
This is Star Trek.
You're going.
Matrix is gonna come on it one day.
You're going through menus looking for Easter eggs, little things that'll light up to show you some stupid ass clip that's buried in there. But I would buy those, and then I brought them home and put them on the bookshelf. I had them all up neatly arranged in the bookshelf, like all the memory cards I started to buy and all the accessories and stuff. And so I remember when I went to get the PlayStation 2, it was like such an event. I had a pre-order, but it wasn't gonna make it in time, so I had to go camp out. So it was the first time I ever camped out for anything either. So I went there to a Meijer, which is like a super Walmart if you're not familiar. I went there. I was the first person in line. Waited 9 hours with my friend. I had gone to France the summer previously, so I had one of those money belts you're supposed to wear on your waist. So I had all the cash because I had no checking account. I had no checking account or credit cards.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So when you go abroad, a lot of times, if you're a worrywart, and and of course, when you send a whole bunch of kids who are high schoolers, so I guess this would have been senior year. I was buying PlayStation 2. I went to France between junior and senior summer, and when I went there, you know, they have like the checklist because it's a school trip, so the parents are putting out like, you know, parents and the French teacher and all the things you need to get, and one of them is a money belt thing, or like some people wear them around their neck, where you put all your information in them, and then there's another one you can get that's like a belt you wear underneath your shirt with your money in it. So if a pickpocket was to come, or you know, you get robbed or whatever, they're not gonna look under your shirt for your money. Yeah, it's like totally.
Except everyone knows that you're wearing one of those things, so they just.
When I think of how I would pickpocket people or stick them up, Bruce Wayne's parents, I don't think of like, and also lift your shirt. Show me. Now maybe if it was like
rock hard abs. Now let me see your sex tape.
they're clearly walking around town. They have to have money on them somewhere. But again, the money belt's extreme and stupid, but it's just a worrywart thing. Don't do that if you're going abroad. Just put your wallet in your front pocket.
Taking this back. You did this for the PS2,
right? Well, I'm just some dumb kid. I just had the crap scared out of me that some French guy in a beret is gonna steal all my money out of my back pocket. Let alone the thieves in Meijer.
so you get to the front of the line,
yeah,
and you take off your shirt.
Well, no, I loosen the money belt by then when the line gets ready to move.
Oh, okay.
But for the 9 hours, I'm sitting there first in line, wrapped up around this, all wrapped up in this. Okay. Nobody's looking there for it. And then I remember, you know, I still have it at my desk at IGN too. The EGM magazine that was the cover story about the PlayStation 2 launch.
Oh my
that
God.
blue cover.
Yeah, blue with the big PS2 right in the middle, and it was super thick.
And you go through and like there's like this like terrible house party people are throwing. Like, it's like such a stupid posed magazine shoot.
Wow, that's so funny.
This guy walks in, he's got like all the PlayStation 2 games like this. They're out at a pool playing PlayStation 2, like in the pool. Get electrocuted, you die.
No.
But I would flip through. I read it like cover to cover over and over, waiting in that line and stuff. And then when I finally got it, and then went back to my friend Adam's house to, you know, get, because I was going to sleep over there and then go to school the next day. I remember I couldn't sleep, of course, and so I remember picking it up and just holding it like it's finally here, you know, this thing that I had forever. And then I went to put it down on the ground. The room was really dark, and I dropped it. But I only dropped it like this far, but that was enough to scare me.
Funny story. When I bought my computer, I was walking up the stairs. My mom was recording me buying this computer, so we have footage of both of us buying our things. Yeah, and I dropped my computer on the stairs. Yeah. So dropping things.
But it's still in the box and everything.
Scary.
Yeah, it was still in the box.
Yeah. See, the boxes are packed for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I bought a computer. That was one of my first big purchases too. When I was like right out of high school into college, I bought myself a computer, and I bought myself a Voodoo Graphics 3D FX card so I could play Quake, I think it was.
Solid choice.
And it was awesome. And then after like 3 months, I just couldn't play it anymore. So like, the next game came out. I was like, well, that was a shit purchase because now
PC gaming.
That's the worst. But
servers.
yeah, it's crazy those first big purchases. But I think I want a dog one day.
Yeah.
Are they a pain in the ass?
Oh yeah, but I love it.
You love it?
I mean, that's why that he's the reason I thought it up. Right, the topics for me today.
He's the best purchase.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it the other
There it
day.
is again. You can't see him. Looks like I'm just Oh, there it is. Work that out. Work out the stress. Work out the stress.
Hey,
Lord.
where you going, Wiener?
He's like, I don't want to be a part of this.
I'm out.
Disgusting.
Well, now come back.
Now let's see where your real wiener dog is.